Hey there, welcome back. Day 28. Here we are. How are you feeling? You ready for this? I mentioned this yesterday that I was going to talk to you a little bit about um some of those other core daily practices. So I'm pulling them in here, and again, you'll probably see the link below where it says TLR, Core Daily Practices, so that you can hear me talk about it in various ways. So today, we're going to be looking at how we close our days efficiently. Because the worst thing in the world is going to bed, still ruminating and thinking about, I don't know, a whole bunch of crud that's gone on, right? I don't know. I don't know if you're like me, or if you're like most people. But it's quite a challenge to go to sleep and stay that way for a healthy amount of time. And what I find the primary culprit to be are those mental reels that play over and over in our heads, saying things like, oh, or can't believe I didn't get to finishing such and such. Oh, I need to talk to so and so about that comment. Or, why doesn't he understand? Why does she say those things? Right? Like the list goes on and on and on. It is so long and never ending of the different things that go on. And I don't know. I always had a lot of what I call them rehearsals, where I would sit there and say, okay, I've got to talk to so and so tomorrow, and this is what I got to say. And if they say this back, then I'm going to do that, and then rehearse that. But if they do this way, then anyway, those mental reels that just play over and over again, which make it really difficult to fall asleep, let alone stay asleep and get that reset that we need. So here's going to be your new go-to that's going to help you train your mind to slow down when it's time to call it a day. Now, I use this particular method in other areas of my life because I find it to be extremely useful, very practical, and very applicable. Anyway, so I call it part one of the night hygiene. And the reason I call it part one of the night hygiene is it's really a good time for you to do this before you go in and change your clothes and put on your pajamas or loungewear. It's a really good thing to do before you brush your teeth, wash your face, etc. Some people even go to the extreme of doing it before they have dinner with their family, right? It's because it's going to help you be that close down all of the activities of the day. So this is how it goes. And I want you to always start and do this in the order that I'm suggesting to you right now, because it is purposeful, right? Because we're going to start with what went well today. We always want to stay and focus on the good things. We want to give it the most energy. What went well today and why? And then ask yourself, how can I cultivate this and keep it going? Then go into what didn't go as well as I had hoped. Ask yourself why. And then ask yourself, how can I improve it going forward? Maybe there's some things that we can pull in, the things that are working well, right? And then you want to close with what didn't work? Why didn't it work? And then dump it in that good old round can, right? Like that metaphoric round can. Because there's no reason to hold on to any piece of it after that. The definition of insanity, we all know, is to do the same thing over and over and expect a different or better result. So now here's part two. Okay, part two is your insomnia log. Now, this, of course, is for those of you that have real noisy heads, real noisy things going on. And And so its purpose is this. I call it the Insomnia Log. But it's a sheet of paper that goes right on your nightstand, right next to your bed. And you put a line directly down the middle. And on one side, you write don't forget. And then you write down any of them that are swirling around in your head, right? Anything that's already there, don't forget. The other side is what I call the mind dump. So we've got our don't forgets and we've got our mind dump. This is where all your rhetoric goes. Just keep putting anything new that comes up, right, in. Just dump it there. Mind dump. If it's already on the paper, you can say out loud to yourself, it is written down. I can let it go. Now, and that goes for your don't forgets, because you won't remember all the don't forgets. As you sit down, you'll be laying there and something will pop up. So you look at the sheet, and if it's already there, you get to say, right? You get to say to yourself out loud, it's written down. Let it go. And if you get up in the middle of the night and it starts up again, add the things. If something starts ruminating around in there, write it down and then keep redirecting yourself. I've put it on the piece of paper. I don't need to think about it. I get to let this go, whatever. Because when you wake up in the morning, you get to pick up that sheet of paper, tear it in half, throw away the rhetoric, right? You throw away the rhetoric, the mind dump section. So your mind dump section, and sometimes we just, fold it in half, because if we rip it in half, we might tear our don't forget. But now we have our don't forget list. So it's the beginning of an effective to-do list. So we look at that and we can prioritize those things, and we can fit them in with others. And perhaps not everything needs to go in today. Some things could go, oh, wow, I can't forget that, but I can't forget that on Thursday. And it's only Monday. So I'm going to, start a list for Thursday. I don't know. But this is a really, really, really stellar way to start being productive and proactive, present, organized, stable, calm, all of those wonderful things that we're working on right now. Anyway, I hope that this helps you. If you have any questions, please feel free, drop a comment or reach out. I know a lot of you are preferring to send me text messages or even DMs in Messenger. Either way is fine. Anyway, talk to you soon.